Welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. My name is Tom. And this morning, for the third time in my fantasy baseball career, I had the distinct displeasure logging in and staring blankly at my roster. Puff, poof, gone in a cloud of smoke. Another young player has died. I've lost 3 players, as I said. And that next morning when you're looking at your roster and you see the little NA spot next to their name and all the promise and all the talent and all the hard work, it doesn't exist anymore. Obviously today we lost Jose Fernandez. Prior to this, I've lost Oscar Taveras and Nick Adenhart. And this one, obviously, Jose Fernandez was more than just a prospect at this point in his career. The other 2 were prospects, but Jose Fernandez was a star, an absolute dynamic player and one of the bright young stars in baseball, playing for the Miami Marlins. Gone today. Died in a boating accident. We don't know what was going on. Apparently there's no signs of drugs or alcohol involved so far, but it's not like that matters. As many of you know, I have Jose Fernandez on my clone teams, the 2 dynasty home leagues. He was supposed to start for me today, going against the Atlanta Braves. I'm playing J Money, our executive producer, for a title in Ryan's league and for kind of a consolation game in my league. But I was looking forward to those starts, and the twist of fate, the Miami Marlins decided they were pushing Jose Fernandez back till Monday, tomorrow. And he went out boating, went out fishing last night, apparently. So cause of death was a boating accident, rammed into a jetty. So, sounds like a pretty spectacular way to go out. So at least that was good, blaze of glory. But, it's hard not to internalize it. You look at your rosters as a fantasy sports player and a fantasy sports manager, and you think, well, what am I going to do now? What do I do with my dynasty teams? And it's hard not to feel a little selfish when you feel that way too, because, forget your lineup, your fake team. This man had a child on the way. What about his girl? Carrying his baby, that baby who has no father now. The mother he rescued on his 3rd attempt to defect from Cuba. His mother fell into the ocean and he just dove in to save somebody. He didn't even know it was his mom at the time. By all accounts, Jose Fernandez was just a great person. Loved to fish and just dynamic personality. A lot of fun to watch. Last year, as some of you know, I missed. Well, all right. So he came off the DL with his Tommy John, and he pitched well. But then he had some shoulder fatigue just from being out of practice, and went back onto the disabled list and came off the disabled list first week of the playoffs, fantasy baseball playoffs. And I elected not to start him, playing it safe. I thought I was being smart. And that's where the whole "my name is Jose Fernandez," the joke with the Jose Fernandez faces we have on set, that's where that originated. I didn't start him, and that not starting Jose Fernandez was the difference between my playoff season and sitting on the sidelines. And this year, Ryan and I were laughing. Just yesterday, we were working on videos, laughing at my roster as they canceled Jose Fernandez's start and laughing. Wouldn't it be ironic? Wouldn't that be ironic if his not starting is what comes down to the difference of me winning a championship in Ryan's league against J Money or not? Completely moot point at this juncture here. That's just a moot point. certainly the best dynasty pitcher I've ever owned. I mean, but wouldn't we all be so lucky? Shouldn't we all be so lucky to achieve our dreams? So as much as it's sad and it's terrible and tragic, I mean, he lived his dream, and he got to see his dreams come to fruition. And by all accounts, it sounds like he kind of died doing what he loved. I mean, shouldn't we be so lucky to all be able to do that? So we're going to pay a little tribute to Jose Fernandez. The only way we know how here at FSAA, it's customary. The beer chug. I shall provide you with 21 gun salute. This is customary, of course, for Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. The only way we know how to, soothe the pain is with a refreshing Santan moon juice, Galactic IPA. That's really the only way to ease the pain. And what else can we do at this time? I mean, your initial reaction is like, well, how do I carry on? What will my teams do? But we're going to do what the Marlins are going to do. Are the Marlins going to just cancel the franchise? No. The Marlins will continue to play baseball as Jose would if he were here. So Jose Fernandez, he was Jose Fernandez. Let's celebrate the brief but awesome career of Jose Fernandez. Okay. Good night, sweet prince. Your career was short, but amazingly beautiful. I'm glad to have owned you for 2 seasons in the Dynasty Leagues. You were one of my favorite players, and we miss you. We will miss you, and we will always speak highly of the man who was Jose Fernandez!